Snapchat, rumbling, fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. Hey, Easter weekend, and let's get it off to another hippity-hoppity chocolate bunny in the basket episode of your favorite internet sensation with Libation, a Friday wrap-up. Before I get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to tonight's Libation. I am drinking one of my favorite cocktails, a Gentleman's Manhattan. Wow, what's a Gentleman's Manhattan, you may ask? It's one of Uncle Tommy's specialties. You see, it's almost like a perfect Manhattan, but made with Gentleman Jack. So it's a refined. It's a Gentleman Jack is like an extra distilled version of Jack Daniels. Doesn't have the same bite, but very, very smooth, very, very delightful. So I use about 2.5 shots of Gentleman Jack in a mixing glass. To that, you add a half a shot of sweet vermouth and a half a shot of dry vermouth. And you stir. You never shake, because vermouth is a wine. You bruise it, you ruin it. You stir vigorously, and then you strain it into a coupe glass. And as a kicker, I add a few moonshine-soaked maraschino cherries. I haven't seen them in a while, but I saw them the other day at the liquor store. The Old Smoky moonshine-soaked maraschinos. Fuck, I love these things. I can just sit there and pop them like candy, but they will fuck you up. And just to make it a little extra naughty, I splash a little of the cherry moonshine in there, just to give it that nice little red hue. So there you go, baby. A Gentleman's Manhattan. How's I to drink up and be somebody? Oh, that's nice. That is nice. And I gotta have one of these cherries. Woo. Those things will knock you right on your ass. That's like an extra 3 shots of booze in there. Ooh, that'll put a little lead in your pencil. Anyway, what a fucking week it's been. Holy shit. Well, happy Good Friday. Today's Good Friday. Why the fuck do we call it Good Friday? You know, I gotta tell you, Catholics are a little fucked up, okay? You know, you've heard me over the years talk about Easter, that it's a strange holiday, because, you know, you're worshiping somebody who came back from the dead. They make movies about that. They're called fucking zombies. So is Jesus really a zombie, is the question. But, you know, Good Friday is the day that, well, obviously precedes Easter Sunday. It's the day that Jesus carried his own cross. You know, like, I mean, you think about this, right? I was a fucked up kid in school. I went to a Catholic school. I swear to God, these fucking nuts, these penguins, made me fuck a little shangan to the head. So ever since I was a little kid, when I heard Jesus was a Jew, I always imagined him with a Jewish accent from like the Lower East Side. You know, when I was a kid, those are the only Jews I grew up around. You know, the fucking guys in like on Nostrand Avenue, all the Orthodox, all the Hasids in Brooklyn and the Lower East Side. So, you know, I've always pictured Jesus talking like this. So like that picture that he's having a nice dinner. It's a nice Passover dinner with 12 of his friends, right? He's having maybe a little brisket, maybe some lots of matzah. Nothing is leavened. They read the plagues. He's having a nice dinner, a little Manischewitz maybe, you know, to make the night go a little nicer. And all of a sudden, one of his friends suddenly gets up. Judas, where you going? Teacher, I have to go. I have to take care of something. I'll be right back. Right back. We're in the middle of Passover. You gotta go. I'll be right back. Next thing you know, a fucking garrison of Roman troopers comes walking through the door. They pick you. What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? Where are you taking me? What's my crime? What am I doing? And then they bring him in front of Pontius Pilate the next day. So that was Holy Thursday. So the next day, bright and early, Good Friday morning, they bring him in front of Pontius Pilate, who until recently, I always imagined sounding a little bit like James Gandolfini. I don't know why. So we had an investigation. And well, we gotta sentence you to death on a cross, okay? So, but I'm gonna be nice here. I'm gonna give you guys a choice. All you nice Jews over here, you can pick. All right, you got this guy Barabbas. We're gonna hang him for rape, and then you got this other guy Jesus. What do you do? What? The son of what? Son of God? What God? What? All right, so, listen. We don't know what God you're talking about because we got our own in Rome. But he says he's the son of God. What do you guys think? And all the Jews go. People forget this. All the Jews go. What? We gotta pick. You're not gonna crucify both. All right. So you know what? Let Barabbas go. What did he do? He raped. Okay, maybe it was a misunderstanding. Was it really a rape? He's a raper. But you know what? We have a talk. We sit down. We have a talk. And maybe he won't rape no more. But this one, he's running around in the temples, knocking things over, yelling he's the son of God. His father was a carpenter. He says, no, it's not my father, Hashem, Yeah. So, Bunches goes, you know what, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to hang you on a cross. What? For being the son of God, you hang me for this, you hang me on a cross? What's this? What you putting on my head? And they crowned him with thorns. Okay, that was the Jews' idea. They're like, he wants to be a king, make him a king. Okay, and now they give him a cross to carry. Poor bastard. What now? What do you mean? I gotta schlep this cross? 8 blocks? 8 blocks? I gotta schlep with the cross. You got no help? There's the union. You're Italians. You have unions? No. I gotta drag the thing. But what if I say no? Oh, what? Then you whip me? Hey, mate. I gotta slip this whole thing. I'm not physically able. What happens if I fall down? No one's gonna help me. I mean, Daddy fell down a couple times. Some strangers that felt bad for him helped him out. I think even a Roman soldier might have helped him out, And anyway, he carried the fucking cross. I mean, a couple of miles at least. They had to bring an uphill. Now I gotta climb a hill with this thing. I have to schlep with the thing on my back. What's wrong with you? Don't you have a wagon? A wagon, maybe a donkey, something? So he has to climb the fucking mountain with the goddamn cross on his back. He gets there. There's 2 other guys hanging there. And then they flip the cross over, they lay Jesus down, and they take out a fistful of it. What are you doing with the nails? You're going to nail me? First I carried, now you're going to nail the other 2. They have ropes. You tie them, you nail me? What's going on? And they nailed this poor guy to the cross with the thorns on his head. He could hardly see, right? And then they hang him up in the sun. And here's the fun fact about Israel. It's hot. It's a desert. So now he's hanging there. What happened to you? I don't know. Somebody said I stole something. Did they see? No. He's hanging there in the sun, dehydrating, getting delirious, and they said he calls out to God. But no one ever fucking translated what he said. Okay, there's a loose translation. I can imagine. What? There's the lightning. There's the thunder. Do something. What? You're so powerful. I'm hanging you. They hung me. Look what they did. All of us, Moses, you give tablets to. For Moses, he's part of the Red Sea. Me, I gotta hang you. So then they said he died. Now, here's where I get a little fuzzy with the whole thing. So that was Friday, okay? He had to drag a fucking cross all the way across town, only to get nailed to it in the end. How is that good? Why is it Good Friday? They should call it Horrible Friday, You have a bad Friday. Hey, listen, could be worse. It could be Jesus, okay? That's what they should be calling it. Saturday, he's hanging there all day, screaming his face off. And then, eventually, they say he dies. I don't think he died. I think he just passed out from dehydration, okay? Because when you're physically dehydrated, no one ever died from holes in their hands. The blood, it coagulates. This is not an arterial artery here, neither in the feet. Okay? It'll coagulate. Hey, you might get an infection. I'm sure they didn't swab it with fucking alcohol first. But anyhow, so I think his breathing got shallow. He passed out. He fainted from dehydration. I mean, they didn't have stethoscopes or doctors, please. They believe that that Mary was a virgin. Enough said. Anyhow, they take him down and wrap him up. They stick him in a cave, which was probably a fucking salt cave. So he rehydrated. Imagine this poor bastard waking up and what's this now? They tied me up, they put me in this dark cave. First they hanged me, then they put me here. Where's the hospital? Moves the rock, and they go, oh, he rose from the dead. I was passed out and in a tough fucking coma. You hung me in the sun, what'd you expect? You know, all of these out the cock, my sugar, I'm taking off, I'm going away. You never hear from him after that, right? Because you realize these people are all fucking mentally irregular, and he left. So if you guys want to believe that on Easter Sunday, a dead man rose from the dead, then you are worshiping zombie Jesus. Unless Jesus was a vampire. But it was during the day, so I would imagine that he was not a vampire. Or we can go with the scientific one, that he just dehydrated and woke up on Sunday, but it doesn't have the same ring to it. You know, like rehydration Sunday, Easter Sunday. Rehydrated, rose from the dead. I get it's a sexier story. I understand. However, point being is, why the fuck do we call it Good Friday? Okay? I mean, I would imagine, what happened to Judas? What, only 30 pieces of silver he got from me? What a schmuck. You should have held out for more. What good, I'm glad he hung himself. Okay? That's, yeah. So, you know, that's the little tale of Easter once again. You know, it's like a tradition here on the Friday wrap-up show. I figured since it's the last Friday, I might as well give it to you one more time. Salud. So, yeah, hope you have a happy Easter. Okay, what else sad news. Everybody keeps croaking. James Tolkien. If you probably remember by the characters that he played. He was famous for playing Principal Strickland in the Back to the Future movie, called everybody slackers. Slackers they were. McFly or a slacker. And the flight commander in Top Gun, okay? Favorite line. Son, your ego's writing checks that your body can't cash. I'm sending you to the Top Gun. You screw up this much and you'll be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Anyway, rest in peace, slacker. Okay. Breaking news today. An F-15 fighter jet was shot down, I don't know with what, over Iran. But they were able to rescue one of the pilots. I don't know about the other guy. I don't know if he's dead, if they rescued him, but yeah, crazy times. Anyhow, planes, commies, and cross dressers. It's an Easter egg hunt of crazy right here in tonight's Friday wrap-up, so strap in. Here we go. All right, on They Can't Get Right, the Rochester Ratchets are back.
Take a look. To make some spaghetti, but with a mop. She can use this as a duster to get some of them webs down in them corners. Yes. Don't tell her I said that. Y'all think we could pass with these? This is the finished product. What y'all think?
I don't like how the fuck y'all done went and got whipped and dipped in this motherfucker and got me sitting here with this motherfucking igloo on top of my head, girl.
I didn't book you a hair appointment because your hair can't fit into a ponytail. You cut your hair. You did that.
So now I gotta sit up here and look like motherfucking Dexter Daps? Y'all done forgot about the owner.
Bro, stop. Oh, anyways, chat. We finally got our hands on the famous TikTok fettuccine meal, spaghetti meal, and we're gonna try it because y'all was boosting it. So we're gonna let y'all know the real truth.
Donasia, I ain't even finna play with you. I ain't even finna play with you. Y'all done pissed me off. Let me tell you something. Y'all done had me this motherfucking year eat boots, children, special treats for pets, wall painting this bitch. All types of shit. Nuh-uh, you ain't gonna fool me. Huh, pass it to your auntie. There you go. Now we gonna try this review, this TikTok review.
So you think I'm gonna play with your real food like
that? I don't trust your ass as far as I can throw you. You know how I throw your ass through a wall.
Anyways, chat, let's get right into it. Let go. Say your grace with me. Ooh,
ain't no time to motherfucking play. Ain't no time to even talk to the Lord.
Say that. Everybody try. Ooh. So, yeah.
Is this pasta?
Fettuccine.
This is good.
You got a sword? You gotta swirl it.
What are you doing?
Stop.
What type of motherfucking fettuccine noodles is this?
Chini.
Stop. Shut the fuck up and I just ate dog fur, motherfucker.
That's not dog
That's not
fur.
even dog.
You don't play with black people pasta, motherfucker. Don't you know it's February? We ain't playing.
What's so special about February?
Black History Month. Whoever the fuck done sold these motherfuckers these fettuccine noodles, y'all out here motherfucking scamming. Don't eat that.
Dude, look like he got fur on it.
Naja, I swear to God, you playing in my motherfucking face right now.
Here?
Who the fuck sold you that? They sold your dumb ass for living. And you sitting up here on this healthy trip.
TikTok shop.
Stop buying shit from the TikTok shop.
Okay.
Ew.
You made me lose my appetite.
They got Amazon, FedEx, all type of shit. You don't go in there, motherfucker. They got DoorDash. Why the fuck would you go in there and buy that shit? That's about stiff as the back of your neck on a good Sunday, girl.
You don't use them out, so I thought you would eat. You should eat it.
Get this motherfucking shit. Don't worry about you. We'll be back to motherfucking Easter.
I'm telling you, these ghetto creatures are so goddamn stupid. They don't know the difference between spaghetti and fettuccine. And of course, they would be using ragu. Look, you don't need to be Italian to know the difference between fucking spaghetti and fettuccine, okay? But yeah, I mean, to them, it's all the same. It's just they really can't get right. And they're not all bad. My dude breaks down the Democrats for you. Here you go.
Politicians don't run to lead, they run to win. And in Democrat-led states, that means they promise you everything and send you the bill. Let's talk about New York for a second. You got some of the richest people in the world quietly leaving. Not randomly, on purpose. And it's not just about the money, it's about the principle. Because at some point, people get tired of being treated like an ATM. See, the modern Democrat playbook in cities like New York is promise more programs, more spending, and free everything. And then you tell the public, don't worry, we'll make the rich pay for it. Politicians like Zohar Mandami are building their entire campaign around this idea. Higher taxes, more government control, and more redistribution. It all sounds great until you ask the one question. What happens when the people who are paying for this decide, we're done paying for it? When you keep punishing the rich, eventually they'll leave. And they don't just leave by themselves. They bring jobs with them, investments, and opportunities. You don't just lose a billionaire. You lose the businesses they fund, the people they employ, and the communities they support. Your tax base shrinks, but your spending keeps growing. So what happens next? Do the politicians just cut back on spending? Absolutely not. They come for you. You get higher property taxes, higher rent, and higher cost of living overall. The bill doesn't disappear, it just gets passed down. You can build a campaign on punishing the rich all you want, but you can't build a city on it. And when the people funding the system walk away, don't ask where the money went. Ask why it left. That's all,
Okay,
folks.
kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. But, woo! First stop, Brooklyn. Old stomping ground. So, even this fucking turban-headed, push-start fucking Kamdani, okay, wants to now build a homeless shelter in the middle of Bensonhurst. Really? Because Brooklyn don't have enough fucking headaches. Look, I was a Gravesend kid, which is, it's basically a section of Bensonhurst, right? It ain't the same as what it was when I was a kid. My grandmother's block isn't what it used to be, but there's still, it's a little bit more diverse than it used to be, but it's still a pretty decent neighborhood, as opposed, it ain't what it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, Brooklyn was like the closest you'd get to heaven for me, But anyhow, it's changed. It has changed. It ain't the same. When I go back every so often, I get a little aggravated, but this is just going to fucking destroy. It's still a blue-collar neighborhood with good people in it. Putting a fucking homeless shelter in the middle of fucking Bensonhurst is like taking a shit on a wedding cake, okay? What purpose does it serve? All it does is ruin something nice. That's it. That's all it does. There's still people who grow up in Bensonhurst. Italians, okay? Other people are good people, hardworking people. This is just going to destroy it. All it's going to do is put these fucking migrants and these degenerate Moulignans just all throughout this fucking neighborhood. Okay? This guy is really a piece of shit. Go put that shit in Bushwick or East New York where it fucking belongs. Okay? Why do you got to put it in fucking... And of course they're picketing. You know, all the people... But a hell of a lot of good that's going to do. A hell of a lot of good that's going to do. If this was back in the 80s when the boys were in their heyday, this shit won't be happening. They'd have folded this toe in the hole, sandal wearing, fucking curry shitting piece of garbage in half and stuck him in a fucking trunk of a goddamn car. But, you know, hey, listen, things change, I suppose. Next stop, Florida. Show Governor Ron DeSantis. Guess he wants to get in the good graces of President Trump. He signed an executive order changing the name of the Palm Springs International Airport to the Donald J. Trump International Airport. Well, that's just, I love that. I love that. You know what? I want to go fly into Florida now. Okay? I mean, I applied for the Real ID. Now I can get on a plane again. So that's where I want to go. First stop, Donald J. Trump International Airport. I hope they sell t-shirts. And last stop, oh boy do I love this one. South Dakota. Show former Governor Kristi Noem's super Christian husband is caught up in a cross-dressing scandal where he would pay cam girls on, like, you know, OnlyFans to tell him what to do. So the guy's a fucking pervert, okay? It's always these fucking born-agains, okay? So he likes to dress up like a woman, and he puts on these fake prosthetic boobs, and then he goes on to, like, you know, these live cam things like OnlyFans. And he's paying these broads like $25 a minute, right? To like talk dirty to him and tell him like what, you know, he likes to be bimbo-fied or whatever the fuck the term was. Where he like wants them to talk to, he wants the girls to talk to him like a dirty little slut, like he's a dirty little whore, right? And then he stops and he corrects them. Because no, I want you to say this to me. And they're like, even one of these models went, he's a pain in the ass. She's like, if you want to be submissive and you want me to be dominant, stop interrupting. So he can't even do that right. So clearly, there's something wrong with him. Like I said, all these born-agains are fucked up perps. They really are. Okay, the more religious somebody is, the more fucking nakwada they are in the head. That's the fact. That's a fucking fact. When you see these Bible praise Jesus. These motherfuckers are shoving gerbils and fists up their assholes. You understand me? The harder they pray, the worse they are. Look at the priests. Look at the fucking Catholic priests. They're sitting there saying mass and then they're fingering two altar boys in the ass for hypocrisy. Okay? The minute someone gets super religious, I know that their cheese is slid off their fucking cracker. Okay? Awful, awful, awful. I don't get it. But anyhow. So the guy's a pervert, all right? And this all came out recently. And if you remember last month, Kristi Noem, who's gorgeous, by the way. Oh my God, I love this woman. Whew, she's a delight, okay? South Dakota's finest right there. Anyway, she was the subject of cheating rumors with one of Trump's political advisors, Corey Lewandowski, who's a man who likes to wear men's clothes. Go figure, what an oddball. And when she was questioned about these rumors, she didn't really deny it. I wonder why. This isn't a surprise to her. She must have known her husband a little real fruity in the booty, okay? This is ridiculous. It really is. This is ridiculous. So, like I said, I'm sure she was banging Corey Lewandowski, okay, because her husband's an over-religious creep. And I don't fault her for it, because let me tell you something, okay? You know, a lot of people, oh my God, you're going to say something misogynistic now. No, I'm not. I'm actually not a misogynist. When a guy cheats on their wives, it's because they're insecure assholes. Okay? Or it's because they know they can get away with it. That's something, that's a fact. And this is a guy telling you that. But when a woman cheats on her man, It's because 9 times out of 10, of course, there's exceptions to every fucking rule, but when a woman cheats on a guy, it's because the guy did something. Okay, the guy did something to ruin the relationship, fuck it up, piss her off, distance or something. Now, granted, there are some women that are just fucking hooey, and that's what they do. But like I said, even they're fucking loyal for the most part. When they cheat, it's because 9 times out of 10, it's because the guy did something. So in this case, she must have known her husband was a fucking cross-dressing fruit. So yes, and he likes to get slapped in the ass and treated like a broad. Probably likes to get pegged. So she wanted a real guy, so she went for Corey Lewandowski. Do I blame the girl? Not so much, no. So, there you go. Anyway, on tonight's musical guest, we got Polka Dave. Take it away, Dave.
Who keeps letting off at the orgy? We're trying to get naughty, but someone's dropping their guts, and it smells like cold cuts. Who keeps letting off at the orgy? I reckon it's Georgie Porgy, dropping air biscuits. Why on earth would he risk it? Sweat drips, hips grip, but then comes a whiff, the kind that makes a grown man lose his stiff. There's incense burning, but even that ain't enough. Desperately trying to cover these filthy pervert scuffs. Is it the canapes? Is it too much cheese? Is it Trevor in the corner on his hands and knees? Who keeps letting off at the orgy? We're trying to get naughty, but someone's dropping their guts, and it smells like cold cuts. Who keeps letting off at the orgy? I reckon it's Georgie Porgy, dropping air biscuits. Why on earth would he risk it? Bodies tangle, bollocks tangle, someone shouts, dear Lord. A cloud rolls through the room like a chemical reward. Silk sheets, bare feet, but the stench won't quit. It's like rotten cabbage wrapped round a dirty shit. Was it all the oysters or Dave's dodgy brew? 'Cause whatever just escaped is really cutting through. Keeps letting off at the orgy. We're trying to get naughty, but someone's dropping their guts, and it smells like cold cuts. Ooh, keeps letting off at the orgy. I reckon it's Georgie Porgy, dropping air biscuits. Why on earth would he risk it? Ooh, keeps letting off at the orgy. We're trying to get naughty, but someone's dropping their guts, and it smells like cold cuts. Ooh, keeps letting off at the orgy. I reckon it's Georgie Porgy, dropping air biscuits. Why on earth would he risk it?
Who doesn't love a good polka, huh? Right in the springtime, too. Anyway, your sports update, MLB. So, today was opening day at Yankee Stadium. The Mets played... the Mets, God almighty, what's happening to me? Those moonshine cherries are kicking in. That's what's happening. The Yankees played the Marlins today at 1:35, and they won 8-2. Mets and Giants tonight at 10:15. Phillies and Rockies today at 4:10. NHL, Rangers and Red Wings Saturday at 12:30. Islanders and Flyers tonight at 7. Knicks and Bulls tonight at 7:30. Nets and Hawks tonight at 7:30. I was just saying to myself the other day, because I'm the only one to talk to, really. Actually, I was talking to a buddy of mine last night, and I happened to mention him, like, I haven't been to a fucking Ranger game or a Knick game all year. And he was like, yeah, the last Ranger, he's like, we went to a Ranger Islander game last year, and he goes, yeah, the last Ranger game I went to was, with you. I'm like, yeah, I know. Actually, that was the last one I went to, too. So, I mean, it's been... Yeah, I wanted to go to a Ranger game this year because it was their 100th anniversary, but they sucked so early in the season that I just got turned off, and there's no point in going now. Anyway, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review. So, I was recently made aware of something. I'm a big aficionado of Chicago deep dish pizza, and I said, like, my two favorites are Malnati's and Gino's. And Malnati's actually invented the Lou Malnati, the original Lou Malnati, invented the deep dish pizza for Ike Sewell at Pizzeria Uno, and then he opened up his own place. And he perfected it when he opened his own place. Malnati's is known for their butter crust. Like, the crust is very buttery and rich. And I figured out how to duplicate it. Actually, it's not butter. I laminate the dough when I make it with butter, but they add a little corn oil to it, which actually gives it that, like, rich, buttery taste, believe it or not, swear to God. But anyhow, that's a story for another day. Malnati's is one of my favorite deep dish restaurants in Chicago. Now you can have Malnati's delivered right to your door. They have a website called Taste of Chicago. And you can order Malnati's pizzas, and they send them to you frozen. They freeze well. Let them thaw out. You pop them in the oven and get ready for a little taste of Chicago heaven. So if you don't know about this place, you don't know of Taste of Chicago, go check them out. tasteofchicago.com. Order yourself some Malnati's pies. Have yourself a party. They even have like a Chicago beef kit from Primo's. I don't know how that's going to go, but definitely get the pizza. Okay? So there you go. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, on Magnificent Midgets. Take a look. Nothing delights me more than watching these plump little things bounce. There's really nothing better in the world than bouncing midgets. It reminds me of the gummy bears. Especially when that little fat one came in at the end. I mean, seriously, I can watch them on a trampoline all day and just be the happiest fucking person in the world. Like that if you're in any kind of a bad mood, just go watch a midget bounce for like 3 minutes and you'll instantly be better. Okay? It never gets old. Anyway, on tonight's PSA, here's some sound advice for you kids. Never play peekaboo with Jesus. He can see through his hands. He cheats. Anyway, stay COVIDless, kids. No mask, don't ask. Haters and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you. Buona Pasqua.